All right. Good morning, everyone. It looks like there are 42 of you already on the webinar. We're so glad to see you here. I'd like to welcome everyone. My name is Alyssa Gord. I'm a reporter with KXAN. I have a feeling there may be a few people who will be trickling in over the next couple of minutes as well, but we're going to go ahead and get things started so that we can keep everything flowing and on time. So the NAMIWalks rally really marks the true beginning of NAMIWalk season. It's an opportunity for us to get excited for NAMIWalks and renew our commitment to supporting mental health in our community through this inspiring event. You'll be able to receive lots of tools to help build your team, and hopefully this call will help to provide you with some of that. This year is going to be a little different, as is just about everything in our lives. But we're planning for the same level of excitement and inspiration that is a hallmark of this event in the past. I'll be the MC for this conversation today. Again, my name's Alyssa Gord. I'm with KXAN News here in Austin, and I've been with KXAN for 3 years. I've been in Austin for 3 years and in Texas for 5. I've worked with and gotten to know NAMI on several reports that I've done in the past, and I've gotten to know some of the folks who work there through one of our solutions journalism projects on mental health and support in schools. And through that effort, I really got to know the kind of work and the kinds of services that NAMI helps to offer in the Austin area. And prior to actually working with NAMI on the reports that we'd done at KXAN, I hadn't talked about this publicly, but as a child, I was diagnosed with several mental health conditions and have relied on therapy and support throughout my entire life to help manage that. Including this morning, I had my virtual telehealth therapy appointment this morning. And I realized that if speaking publicly about my experience helps to chip away at some of the stigma that's around mental health, then I'm happy to do so. So I was thrilled when the folks at NAMI asked me to be part of NAMIWalks this year. I've never done an event like this before, so this is all new to me. I'm coming to you from my apartment, but I'm so excited to be a part of the new ways that people and community groups can come together in this strange time. It looks like we've got 51 people on here. Very exciting, you guys. A couple of housekeeping notes. We have a packed program today and are committed to ending on time. So if you have questions, please drop them through the Q&A chat. We'll be taking stock of all of those throughout the day. And if we are not able to address your questions during today's session, we're going to send out a frequently asked questions list after today's event to make sure that we get all of those answered. So we've got a little icebreaker for you to kick things off. This is the 15th NAMIWalks event here in Central Texas, and I know some of you may be first-time participants, and some of you may have been doing this since the beginning. And I want to start off our time together by getting a sense of who's here with us today and what your experience has been with this event before. So we're going to launch a poll. All right, you should see a little pop-up on your screen here, and it's asking you, first of all, how many NAMIWalks events have you participated in? And you can just select the little dot that indicates what your experience level is. For me personally, this is my first. The next question on here is, what is your connection with mental health and NAMI? And there's a whole host of options you can choose from there. And then finally, let us know about how you feel about the walk right now. Are you ready to commit to signing up? Are you not sure if you'll sign up? You want to hear more information? And we'll just take stock of what everyone is submitting on here. This is very exciting. I've never done a live poll like this before. But the folks at NAMI are helping me to figure out what all the numbers look like behind the scenes. Oh, here we go. Okay. We've got the poll results have popped up here. Hopefully those are visible with you guys on your screens as well. So it looks like 33% of you say that this will be your first NAMIWalks event you've participated in. And we've got around 7% of you who say that you've been participating for 13 to 15 years. Wow. And we've got quite a range of people. Some of you 30% in the 1 to 3 year category. Let's see. And as far as your connection to mental health, we have the largest percentage, 51% say that you have a family member who's diagnosed with mental illness. So it's something that touches you and your immediate family. 37% have personal experience with mental illness. 23% have a close friend or coworker with mental illness. 9% are walking to remember someone they lost. 21% work in a mental health field. All right, and how people feel about the walk right now. We have 47%. I'm already signed up to be a team captain or walker. Wow, that's awesome. 37% say they are planning to sign up by August 1st. 16% say you're not sure if you'll sign up yet. And nobody says that they need help getting signed up. So those are all really good signs there. I'm very excited to see that so many of you are already excited to sign up and participate here. And this is clearly something that touches many of us here in this group personally, whether it's through our work or through our family members as well. Let me get caught up to where we are. I just lost my notes here. Oh, we have a little raffle for you. Our goal with NAMI is that by the end of this hour, that everyone who's here on this webinar with us will be able to make their plan to sign up to either be a team captain or a walker by August 1st. And if you do that, you will be entered to win a drawing for a Baloo Living weighted blanket. You can see an image of it on your screen there. It has a $150 value, just a little perk to incentivize you to get your sign up in early. And the team captains will also receive a NAMIWalks decal as well that you can stick on your laptop or your car to show your support too. So just a little something to help get you fired up. If, again, you're able to sign up by August 1st to be a team captain or a walker, you will be entered into that. Before we move on, I think this is a great time to give something away to get things started off. Behind the scenes, the NAMI team has assigned a number to each one of you who are on the call, and it looks like there are 57 of you right now. So I'm going to invite our next speaker, Karen Reynes, to join me and to pick a number to determine who the winner is on the raffle based on your number on the call. Karen.
Hi, I've never done this before. This is fun. So
Karen,
it looks like to randomly pick a number out of the blue. Is that right?
We have numbers between, let's do between, I know we said between 1 and 124. It looks like there are 57 people on here right now. So let's do between 1 and 57. Karen, can you pick a number for us?
Okay, I picked 36.
36. Okay. So the team behind the scenes will be checking out who the winner is. Let's see what they will win. Check out the prize wheel.
I love that.
Oh, awesome, awesome. Okay, we have
confetti.
Yes, we've got a round of applause for you there. It looks like the winner gets a tech kit with a 16 gigabyte thumb drive, a little something to help you if you're working from home or need an extra support with your work. Our first winner is Mary Dodd. Mary, thank you so much for participating, and the folks at NAMI will be in touch with you about getting a hold of that prize as well.
Congratulations, Mary.
Yes, and thank you for participating. It's awesome. I love that the prize wheel makes the applause noise. That's awesome. Now I'd like to say I'm thrilled to introduce NAMI Central Texas Executive Director Karen Reynes, who's going to talk about the impact that this organization has right here in our community. Karen.
Thank you so much, Alyssa, and for joining us today and having fun with us navigating all of the new technology. And then most of all, thank you to each of you who have joined us today. While we've talked about the fact that NAMIWalks is going to be different this year, what hasn't changed in the 15 years that we've been doing this, and we can count on this continuing to be an opportunity for us to collectively lift up our voices, our stories, and our shared hope for a better and brighter future for the mental health of our community and each and every person impacted, which is all of us. So that's not going to change this year as far as the walk. Now, today actually marks 133 days since our office made the really difficult decision to transition to virtual programming for the community and remote working for our staff. What is amazing about this challenging time is the fact that not only did our staff and volunteers quickly learn the nuances of using Zoom, they also recognize the need to be innovative in meeting the needs of our community. So in spite of all of the many challenges in doing what we were doing in the midst of a pandemic, we've been committed to developing new programming and reaching more people than we ever have before. So I'm so excited to get to be the person that tells you about some of these new developments and share them with you so you can really celebrate with us and be excited about supporting the wonderful work of our program staff and volunteers. So shortly after we decided that we needed to go ahead and close down our in-person support groups, we quickly made it a priority to relaunch our support groups because we know how important these are. So I'm so excited to share with you that because of these efforts, 278 people have been able to benefit from our family and peer support groups, which is so wonderful right now. In the midst of all of this going on as well, our program staff realized that there was a lot of challenges in moving our classes and workshops online. So they quickly retooled some of our best program content and came up with a brand new program called Families Together, which is a 3-session class for our families that is also still peer-led. And almost 70 people have participated in these classes with a whole bunch of other folks that have already registered. So that's so exciting for our community. Now, the other thing that I think is particularly excited that I know I've been really just thrilled to watch happen is Stories and Strategies. So Stories and Strategies is the latest program innovation made possible by 2 of our peer-to-peer volunteers, Helen Sneed and Valerie Milbram, who have done an amazing job. Together, they put together a 4-session workshop series for peers featuring storytelling, strategies, skill building, and most importantly, an opportunity for people to connect. These sessions started midsummer and already 60 people have participated and have shared overwhelmingly positive feedback. Now, the last one that I'm excited to tell you about is the one that I think is the most astounding, which is Mind Matters. So this is one of the programs, if you're familiar with it, that we've in the past done on a monthly basis where we invite a speaker to come in. Sometimes it's a panel that just shares a particular mental health topic. There's been a wide range of topics that we've covered. And we usually do this out in the community once a month. Now, when the pandemic hit and we moved to virtual programming, we quickly realized that our community was going to need more support and resources. So we quickly pivoted to doing this on a weekly basis. And we're so grateful to the support we got from Ascension Seton, our sponsor for these events, who quickly joined us and said, yes, absolutely, keep doing this. So since that time, up until June, we've been doing it on a weekly basis. We only recently switched to twice a month. So imagine this, since March, we have offered 14 webinars and almost 1,300 people have participated in those webinars. Just to give you some perspective, typically in a year, we have about 600 people that participate in Mind Matters, and that's over the course of a whole year. So this is just phenomenal, and we know that the response we've been getting has been hugely positive as well. And one of the things that's really wonderful about the programming we've been doing is that in each of these programs, we've actually seen that more and more people are joining us from the surrounding counties. And we expanded our service area, you know, in last year when we became NAMI Central Texas. So this is really important to us that now about 30% of the people participating in our programming are actually coming from Williamson, Hayes, Bastrop, Burnett, and Caldwell counties. And that's really important to us. Now, the last thing that I want to share with you is really big. You guys are the first to really hear about this new programming. Because of a generous grant from Impact Austin, we're actually launching a brand new program this week called Lighthouse. Lighthouse is a new way for parents and caregivers of children and teens to connect with a real person, a parent with lived experience who can help light the way as they navigate mental health challenges. Parents and caregivers are going to connect with our parent support and resource navigator who can offer valuable support and resource information. It's a really simple but critical first step in helping families move in the right direction toward wellness and recovery. And you're the very first people that we're sharing the name and logo for this new program. So, you know, now more than ever, our work is essential to the health of our community. We know that the current collective stress and anxiety and grief of what we are experiencing will greatly impact and have lasting effects on our community. So the good news is that what we see is more and more people are talking about mental health. And the great news is that NAMI Central Texas is providing the programs, resources, and advocacy to ensure that we move these conversations in the right direction. We are leading the movement to change the way our community talks about and addresses mental health. And the movement to change the way we address mental health is growing. And every year, it's actually the walk that helps propel that growth and provides the fuel for that movement. So if you're here today with us, you are now part of this important movement, and we need you. And I want to hear from you right now. I've talked a lot, so I want to hear from you. What is your why? Why are you here today? You can use your chat box to share with me. I want to hear, like, what inspires you? What caused you to want to support this important movement? And so tell me a little bit about that. Drop that into the chat box. I want to hear about this. So somebody just mentioned earlier, as I was talking about programming, that they probably wouldn't have been able to join previously because many of the sessions were outside, because she lives outside of Austin. So I'm so glad that you're able to participate in those things. Anybody else, what can you share with me about why you're here today? Okay, I'm watching. We've got some shy folks out there. Here we go. Somebody just shared, my husband and I both have mental health issues, and NAMI has really helped us navigate those challenges of taking care of ourselves and each other. We love NAMI. Awesome. We love you too. I'm here because as a parent, I was so lost, and I don't want other parents to feel that way. Somebody else said, I love to support my community, and mental health is real, and the needs of our support are so important. Somebody else said they love and care for people who want to express that with their family members. And somebody else says, I have bipolar and I understand the need for this service. And I also lost a friend who died by suicide due to mental illness. Somebody else shared that they work in HR, and so they're here to learn about more ways to help support their employees. And we've got some workplace programs that we're doing, so we would love to help you with that. Somebody else said, my why is because the support that NAMI has provided me over the year and the continued conversation is so vital. Somebody else is saying, I walk with NAMI because I live with mental health conditions and I have family members that do as well. And so there needs to be more acceptance for people who live well with mental health challenges. Close friends who have felt really stuck and scared before they found the resources that we offer. I'm reciprocating the support from my good friend, Eric and Team Radical Acceptance. We're all in this together. I love that. Somebody else shares, I lost a good friend to suicide when we were 13 years old. And I often think about her and what she would be doing today if she had received help. Wow, the whys are just pouring in. I lost my grandpa to a completed suicide, and I'm so thankful for NAMI and the other orgs who share in this conversation. Somebody else said, I want to advocate for myself because I have bipolar. I could keep going. The reasons are just amazing. And so thank you for sharing those whys, because the reality is the reason that I asked you about your why is because your why for joining the walk is critically important. Our community is facing increasingly dire challenges due to COVID with no clear end in sight, and our community needs your help to address those challenges. Our NAMIWalks goal this year is $250,000, and I know that that sounds like a lot, but we've raised far more than that in the past. And so I'm proud to share that due to the support of generous sponsors and the 35 teams who've already registered, actually, we've already raised almost $85,000 as of today. So already we're on the right track. So yes, this year's walk is going to be a little bit different, but I firmly believe that it's going to be hugely successful because we are all united in our commitment to making sure that it is successful. And I know we're going to achieve this goal, and I think we're actually going to surpass it because we're going to do it together. So you shared some great whys, and every time you share that why, you're partnering with NAMI Central Texas to change the way our community addresses mental health. And you're not alone in your efforts. I'm so pleased to share that 100% of our NAMI Central Texas staff, board of directors are all going to be team captains, walkers, sponsors, and donors. Together, we're going to make sure that people have access to the resources that they need, especially in this critical time. Together, we're going to show our community that mental health really is for all. So with that, I am delighted to introduce this year's honorary walk chair, Will Matthews. I won't tell you much about him because he's going to share his own why, but I will say that I met Will last year at an event in which he shared his story and his passion for mental health. And I just knew that I wanted him to be a part of the important work that we're doing. And I am so thankful for his big and bold yes to serving as this year's honorary walk chair. Welcome, Will. We're so excited to have you.
Thanks, Karen. I really appreciate it. So I'm going to take a couple minutes to just share my why. The why we do this is just so important, and it connects us to the vision. I'm Will Matthews, and I grew up in Austin, also played football at the University of Texas and spent some time in the NFL. And during that time, I saw how hypermasculinity put a strain on men, and being a man of color, especially during these days, during COVID and with some of the things that have transpired over our country, it is an important time, maybe more than any other time, to elevate the cause of mental health, not only for ourselves, but for our communities. And the reason why I'm a part of NAMI is because taking a public stance for things that affect me and my community is how I want to lead, and is how I would like to create change for my friends and my family, from people from the NFL, as well as the community of Austin, and with the culture, which is work till you drop, and also being a Black man in America, it's important for me to make a stance. And right now is no better time and no better place and no better group than working with NAMI. I'm excited to help, to be a voice, and to amplify what is going on here in Austin. And with that, I would like to introduce Mackenzieulum. It's a pleasure now to introduce her, who's a walk team captain, a volunteer, and is president of NAMI on campus at the University of Texas.
Thank you so much, Will, and a big thank you to NAMI Central Texas for inviting me to be here today. Like Will said, my name is Mackenzieulum, and I am the president of NAMI on campus at UT Austin this year. I initially joined NAMI my freshman year of college after hearing about the mission to destigmatize mental illness, but I had no idea the personal impact that joining NAMI would have on me. So the transition from high school to college was extremely rough for me. This is where my mental health worsened to the point that I was having panic attacks multiple times a week. I was crying in the dorm showers every night because that was the only place that you could really go to be alone. And on top of that, I just felt completely isolated in my struggle from a day-to-day. During my first semester of college, I remember attending a NAMI on campus meeting and hearing Alexis McDonald, who is the former president of NAMI on campus, share her experience with anxiety and depression. This was the first time that I had been in an environment with people who were so open with sharing about the lowest points in their life with other people. I had never been able to relate to someone else's story on this level before, and it was at this moment that I knew that NAMI would become my home. I now realize that I have always been living with anxiety and depression, but since it wasn't interfering with my ability to live day to day as I was growing up, I didn't believe that I had a mental illness. This stigma that mental illnesses have to be crippling is something that I had internalized for a very long time, and this is shared by many others, especially college students. By being a NAMI on campus, I was able to connect with a lot of other students like me who were functioning at a very high level in academics or other areas of extracurriculars while struggling in silence every day. Thanks to the vulnerability from the NAMI community and the encouragement of others, I started going to therapy for the first time. I've been in and out of therapy ever since and grown so much as a person just in a few years thanks to the support system that NAMI has provided me. And now I have the honor of following in Alexis' footsteps this year as president. I remember my first NAMIWalks in 2018 being an empowering experience to be a part of. Many of us in the on-campus chapter came together to prepare for the walk by making posters with messages such as "Conditions deserve compassion" and "Not all illnesses are visible," all while jamming out to some Taylor Swift. Being my first walk, I had no idea what I was in for, but the energy from the experienced walkers told me that this was going to be something big. I remember waking up way too early on the day of the walk because I was so excited to go. It was absolutely incredible to see thousands of people with their posters on that September weekend bearing the Texas heat as we all walked to the Capitol building together. I remember feeling deeply moved by the sight of so many people who have and still do struggle in the same ways that I do. It took that community that I described within NAMI on campus and amplified it. I returned to the walk again in 2019 to find that even the pouring rain couldn't keep people from walking either. NAMIWalk shows the world that there's power in shared experiences, and it helps people out there who have never engaged in this type of dialogue before to finally put a label on what they've been experiencing, just like how I did at the start of college. Virtual or not, we are making progress here in breaking the stigma that prevents so many people from speaking out about their experience and seeking help. I'm seeing it firsthand on my college campus, and while there is still more progress to be made, I'm proud to be a part of it and proud to stand here with you all today and on the day of the walk in October. And lastly, if there are any students out there who would like to join a team, you are welcome here at NAMI on campus at UT Austin. I am honored now to introduce the CEO of Integral Care and longtime friend of NAMI Central Texas, David Evans.
Thank you very much. I appreciate it, Kenzie. So I salute each of the folks that have spoke ahead here today. I came in already convinced, fired up, and honored to be asked to say a few words. But I will say that after hearing Alyssa, Karen, Will, and Mackenzie, I think I'm full of excitement and commitment toward the walk. So I am honored to represent Integral Care Board of Trustees, our employees, and the nearly 30,000 individuals that will serve with brain-based disorders here in Travis County this year. For a long time, NAMI Central Texas has been a valued partner. You've already heard from Karen, raising awareness, really this ongoing addressing an extraordinary barrier of stigma that's out there. Raising funds, I think sometimes is hard, but the connection here is that the staffing, the organization is built up through this walk and through this type of outreach. And in that regard, we're really proud to be a significant sponsor and have been for some time of NAMIWalks. Just want to say a little bit about the leadership that I see every day that's out there. Some folks have said that leaders show up where the action is. Well, I'll tell you that I see Karen Reynes at the Austin State Hospital redesigned steering committee. I see her on the social media in terms of outreach, education, and work, and really have from newspaper op-eds. I don't know where you get all the energy and all the continued high level of productivity and connection. While the walk is one day, I also encourage our staff to continue to network, build relationships, see common cause, and make this really a 365-day mission-oriented work that we're engaged in together. Really excited today to learn more about Lighthouse. I really see that this is going to make a tremendous contribution to the expanded work ahead. So today I just want to once again salute the work of NAMI. I've been privileged to be one of the folks that checked the first box for having participated for a number of years in the past. What's more important is to continue to work together, and I look forward to events as we go into the future, continuing to make an important difference in this work in our community. So with just those brief few words, again, I really salute the work of NAMI. I'm privileged to be a full partner in behalf of Integral Care, our organization, our work in engagement, treatment, outreach. The one thing I would call out is just keep an eye on what's happening with expanded call center functions in the future, and the announcement with the Federal Communications Commission on the 988 call number going into a 2-year implementation. So in closing, I'm going to now turn this over to Christina Schneider. She's the walk manager for NAMIWalks of Central Texas. And she's going to tell us more about the walk and how to become more involved. Christina?
Thank you so much, David. When I saw the poll and saw someone selecting that 13 to 15 years, I assumed probably you had picked one of those. I actually came across some photos from our very first walk, and I found a note that said that you had sent us some of your photos that you took there. So we're just really grateful for the ongoing partnership that we have with Integral Care and with you and all the support, not just at the walk, but really year round. We're constantly working together, and it is really benefiting our community. So great partnership, and we appreciate you. I have the honor today of really going into more of the details and sharing what NAMIWalks virtual, what NAMIWalks Your Way is going to look like this year. This is actually going to be my 4th walk. I wanted to show this picture because this is my daughter. She's an avid NAMIWalks fan as well. This is also going to be her 4th walk. Y'all can do the math on that. For many folks, NAMIWalks is a family affair. It is something that we come back to every year, and it becomes a place of healing and community. And we're going to keep all of those elements of the walk this year, even though we don't get to be all together at the Long Center. So let me start out by giving a little bit of information about what NAMIWalks is. NAMIWalks is both an awareness and a fundraising event. During the walk, team captains will create a team, invite at least 9 other people to raise money and walk with them, and set a goal of raising at least $1,000. Many of our teams raise much more money than that, and a lot of them are much bigger. Integral Care is one great example of their traditionally have been our largest team. Team captains and walkers will reach out to their networks and invite them to donate to their walk page. And any individual who raises at least $1,000 all by themselves is honored as a NAMIWalk star. Last year, we actually had 40 people who raised more than $1,000 as an individual. Local businesses in our community support us through sponsorships. As Karen mentioned, this year we have generous sponsors who have donated more than $76,000 to support the walk. And finally, we ask everyone to share the good work that is being done to improve the mental health of our community. This year, our goal is to raise $250,000 to support our programming in Central Texas. And as Karen said, we've done this before. We know that we can hit this number. And if we look at the math, we see that these goals are really very possible. If everyone who registered for this call creates a team, invites 9 other people to join them, and they each raise or donate $100, that's already $100,000 raised for the mission. And it just grows from there. So we encourage everyone to find a way or multiple ways to join that work in the best way for you. Your greatest impact is going to be as a team captain. So if you haven't already decided to create a team on your own, then please consider it. We've got a wealth of tools to help get you started. If joining someone else's team is the best fit for you, you can still have an amazing impact. We encourage you to reach out to everyone that you know and invite them to support your walk efforts. One of the questions that we've been hearing from folks is that this is a little bit different environment. We're facing, our communities are facing struggles that we've never faced before. And how do we ask for people to give their money when resources are tight to support something that we care about? And I want to give you 2 things. First of all, when you ask someone to support NAMI Central Texas, you are asking them to invest in their community. You're asking them to help support the mental health of our neighbors, our friends, our family members. The situation that we're facing with this global pandemic is affecting our physical health and our mental health. And what we know, what the experts are telling us, is that the mental health impacts of this situation are going to continue even beyond the time that we no longer have to be distanced. Mental health is as important as mental health resources and support are as important as they have ever been. And we need your help more than ever to make sure that we can support these programs and expand them so that everyone gets the support they need. I also want to share that we're still looking for great companies and individuals to become sponsors. We're about $10,000 away from our sponsorship goal, and we would love your help in getting there. If you have a company or you work for one that is interested in supporting us, let us know so that we can connect you with all of the benefits that your company will receive. And lastly, the more people who are sharing about NAMI, mental health, and the walk, the more successful we will be. Not only will they learn about how they can support their community, but they'll also learn about the amazing programming that we have and how it can benefit them, their family, their networks. So now let's talk about what to expect. I'm going to run through what happens for the next 11 weeks and then what happens on walk day. And just to remind y'all, you're welcome to add questions to the chat. Or the Q&A section. I'm going to try and address what I can, but every question will be answered in an email afterwards if we don't get to yours. Okay, so now, beginning now, when you sign up, you're going to start receiving lots of great tools and tips on how to build your team and reach your fundraising goal. You'll get regular updates when a new person joins your team, when you get a donation, or you reach a milestone. You can actually find a lot of these resources on our walk website right now. Go to NAMIWalksCentralTX.org and you'll get directed to this link and you can see the toolkit at the top. There are guides on how to do things on your site, logos, sample social media posts. We have a wealth of information here and resources. There's a guide that walks you through how to share your own story, social media posts, all kinds of different art and good tools. On August 18th, we're going to gather back together with our team captains and have a team captain kickoff. At this virtual event, we'll go into a little bit more detail on the tools and tips for building your team and fundraising. This is a great place for new team captains to get some support, talk about some other ideas with other team captains, and really launch your team, get some extra support. If you can attend that session, just like today's, we're recording it and we'll be sending out a link so that you can follow along later. Leading up to October 10th, you'll continue inviting people to join your team, asking for donations, and planning for a fun, inspiring walk day. And I think you'll really be amazed at how generous your family, friends, neighbors, and coworkers will be when you share why it is that you're walking. Share those whys that you shared with Karen earlier, and people will be inspired to support you and your efforts. If you're on Facebook, there's a great tool that you can connect a Facebook fundraiser. It makes it really easy for folks to donate to you through Facebook and then have it show up on your walk page. Then a week ahead or so, about a week ahead of the event, we'll be distributing t-shirts to anyone who donated or raised $100 to their individual walk profile. This, of course, is while our supplies last. So raise your $100 early and come pick up your t-shirt early. That's my best advice for you. When we finally get to walk day, October 10th it's a really exciting day. It's exciting that we get to gather on October 10th. Not only is October 10th World Mental Health Day, it is also our NAMIWalks National Day of Hope. We will be joining together with 65 other walks across the country who are walking virtually to support mental health. We'll have a live program that day that you can watch on our website. The inspiring event will be really worth tuning into, and we'll let you know lots of details in advance on how to find that and when it'll start. We're planning for a program that will last about an hour, and you're gonna see a few familiar faces. If you're joining us here today, you're seeing a few of the folks that we're gonna get to meet with again. But we also have some exciting surprises in the works. So make sure you mark that date to join us. Then after the program is over, normally when we're all together, we would head out on a 5K walk and we'd walk up to the Capitol and through downtown Austin and then back to the Long Center. This year, we're inviting you to do NAMIWalks your way. So what does this mean? You can choose to do any activity that is meaningful to you. You might go for a walk in your neighborhood. Maybe you still do that 5K. You can garden or do yoga. You can plan a Jackbox TV game hour with your team. We have actually a whole guide that we'll be sharing with lots of ideas on what you can do that day to make it fun, memorable, and meaningful. We also hope that you'll take lots of pictures and share what you're doing for NAMIWalks Your Way and why. We have these great signs that you can print out and fill in your reason for walking. We love all of these photos that people shared in the spring with their message about why this is important to them. And then we ask you to share. Use our hashtags. NAMIWalks Central TX is our main hashtag. Make sure that that's on everything that you send out. And then you can also add NAMIWalks Your Way and Not Alone. These are great reminders for people that we all are in this together, even while we have to physically distance. So the fun is actually not over once walk day is over. For 30 more days after the walk, you are still able to earn some really great thank you gifts from NAMI. And I'm going to go into just a tiny bit of detail about what that looks like. Our great NAMIWalks swag will let you show off your support for NAMI year-round. And they're actually really nice and useful, wonderful items. I have a fleece that I wear in my cold office year-round. The process is simple. Raise at least $250 for NAMI and you'll receive a gift. The more you raise, the bigger and more exciting the gift is. The prizes are not cumulative, but you can always choose a lower level gift if you prefer that. And then you'll also still get that t-shirt that I mentioned. So for example, if you raise $1,000, you'll get your t-shirt before walk day, and you can pick up the umbrella, or you can pick one of the lower levels, a reflective tee, a towel, a waist pack, or a coffee mug. You'll get an email 30 days after the walk that will say you're eligible. It'll let you order. You'll get to pick your size to make sure you're getting what you really want. And then it'll be shipped straight to your house. You don't even have to come and pick that up. And then of course, throughout this entire time, we encourage walkers and team captains to be constantly thanking the people who are supporting their efforts and helping them understand why this is such a great benefit to the community. To help you spread the word about NAMIWalks, we have a special gift that everyone who signs up early is going to receive. So the first 500 people will receive a NAMIWalks yard sign. We'll have a lot more details to come. Local pickup will be required for these. And the art you're seeing is not the final art, but it's going to be really fun and exciting. And I can't wait to start giving these out. Okay, so I've shared a lot of information with you, and I want to assure you that we'll be sending out links to all of these resources and more in the coming weeks. But if you leave today and only remember one thing, I'd like it to be that you are not alone. We are here to help make NAMIWalks a fulfilling and fun event for you and your team. Not only are you not alone for the walk, but you're not alone for your mental health. If you need help getting connected to resources, or you know someone who does, please reach out to us. Go to our website, look at the resources that we have available. Reach out and let us know how we can connect you. I've listed here just a few of the ways that I can help you as the walk manager. So if you need to reset a password, or you have a team member who needs to reset one, let me know and I can help you with that. If you have a donation that somehow ended up in the wrong place, I can help with that. If you need help finding your fundraising link or customizing your page, or even just brainstorming how to engage your team, I can be a good support on that. And no doubt you've all received numerous emails from me at this point, but here it is again with my permission to use it whenever you need me. Email is the easiest way to contact me since I'm not in the office with my normal phone line. I'm also going to be setting up office hours throughout the next month. I'll email with details on how to sign up for that. If you want to jump on a Zoom call and work through some of the challenges that you're facing, and NAMIWalks challenges, let me be clear. And then I also encourage you to sign up for the NAMIWalks Central Texas Team Captains group on Facebook. There's a great group of people there who will be sharing good ideas, and we'll be sharing lots of resources and have just another place for some community. As I've said, the walk is going to be a little different than it has been in the past, but I know that together we can reach our NAMIWalks goals, and we can continue our work to ensure that we really do have mental health for all in our community. And now I'll welcome Melissa back to help us wrap up our hour together.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Christina. Oh, can you hear me okay?
Yes.
It echoed for a second. So now we have 11 weeks until October 10th to show our community here in Austin that we believe mental health should be for all. I'm so inspired to see all of you interested in participating. We still have 50 people who are on this call for the better duration of an hour. That's pretty impressive. And I'm inspired to see all of you wanting to talk and advance the conversation around support for mental health in the Austin area. The folks at NAMI are asking that you register again by August 1st. Put a little reminder in your calendar if you have to, if that helps you. If you do that, if you register by August 1st, you will be entered into the raffle for that great Blue Living weighted blanket that we showed you earlier. Again, it's worth $150. It's a pretty good perk. So that's something that you could be eligible for if you register by that August 1st deadline. We are going to launch another poll now just to see where all of you are at. Take a look on your screen and you should be able to see it. The pop-up over here says, how are you feeling now that we've had this conversation and kind of briefed you on what we'll be looking ahead to with the rest of NAMIWalks. And there's a couple of options that you can select from there. I'm going to submit mine, and then the magic poll number calculator behind the scenes wizards are going to pull all those numbers together for us. I'm amazed that 50 of you are still on here for the better duration of an hour. That's really impressive. And again, I think it's really cool that NAMI's programs are able to reach people in ways that maybe they couldn't even before with more in-person focus. Like this virtual world has this fascinating way of connecting with people from all different kinds of places who might not have been able to meet in person. All right, here we go. We've got those poll results. Oh my gosh, 54% of you say you're more inspired than ever by what NAMI does. That's awesome. 16% say you can't wait to start your team. Nobody's got a great team name in mind. That's okay. You've got 11 weeks, so you got some time to stew on it. 38% say you're looking forward to talking with your friends about NAMIWalks. 27% say you can't wait to think about your NAMIWalks My Way activity. 14% say you're ready to make a donation to kickstart your fundraising, and 32% say you're determined to reach your NAMIWalks goal. All really promising responses from you guys, and a lot of support clearly here for the type of work that NAMI's doing on a regular basis here in Austin. And we have a chance to give away a few more prizes here. We're gonna return that little fancy prize wheel that we saw earlier and pick someone who's in attendance here on this webinar to receive another NAMIWalks prize. Christina, because we've got 50 people on the call, can we have you pick a number between 1 and 50?
Okay, let's do 10 because our walk is on 10-10. And then let's do 34, just because.
Okay, so we've got 10 and 34. All right, so let's take a look at the prize wheel and see what these lucky winners are gonna get. All right, so we have that prize wheel has landed on
I love the sound effects.
the NAMIWalks hoodie. And Christina, just to clarify, are both these people getting the NAMIWalks hoodie, or is it one person gets this and then one person gets something else?
We have one hoodie. So
right.
Jordan in the background just texted me, Lady Jane Aqua is gonna be our first winner. I know that she's from the Integral Care team. And then let's spin again and see what the second prize is.
All right, the NAMIWalks drawstring bag and water bottle.
And winner for that is Liz Payne.
Excellent. Congratulations to both of you, and the folks at NAMI will be in touch and will reach out to you about your prize and how you can get a hold of that. So I'd like to wrap things up on behalf of the staff at NAMI, the board, and everyone who has benefited from NAMI programming here in Central Texas. I want to thank each of you for joining us today. If you submitted questions that we didn't have a chance to get to, NAMI will be following up with you with answers to those in the next week. Keep an eye out for follow-up emails from Christina. And if we don't see you sooner, we hope to see you all virtually on October 10th as we walk for mental health. And like so many of the folks who spoke mentioned, at this time in particular, for both people who maybe never have talked about mental illness before in their lives, or for people who have had ongoing personal challenges related to mental illness, this is a time where we're going to continue to see the importance of services and support for people who are touched by that in different ways. And so I'm really heartened to see so many of you on here and looking forward to this event. I hope that each of you continue to take good care of yourselves and check in on your loved ones. One thing that Karen Reynes told me that really has stuck with me, and I keep repeating to myself, is to be kind to yourself. And I hope that as we all leave, everyone continues to stay happy and safe and show kindness towards yourself as much as you can in this crazy, strange time. Thank you everybody for joining, and we look forward to seeing you guys on October 10th.